Hey guys, it's Jeannette. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you guys so much for keeping up with me on social media. Uploading has been a little slow, but now that I reached 30 days working as a nurse, I decided to make these 3 videos. So the first video, which is this video, let's talk about what things you need to gather, how to search for a job, and how to prepare for the interview. Video number 2 will be all about accepting the job offer, paperwork, and preparing for orientation. Video number 3, we'll talk about orientation week and working on your unit for the first week and pretty much what to expect. So let's just get started. Okay, so the number 1 thing that I went to prepare for my interview was my nursing school portfolio. We were required to update, clean up, and add to this portfolio every single semester, and it was for a grade. So the good thing is that everything in here was organized. I found my CPR card, my care plans, any graded papers, skill sheets, and even the patient daily sheets, which really helped me recall some of my experiences, especially early on in the nursing program. And these would be topics that would be brought up during your interview. So I kind of glanced at that. I pulled out my CPR card in case they wanted a copy right then and there. And I just reviewed anything just to help refresh all of the experiences and learning opportunities that I already experienced in nursing school, which will give me a lot of good talking points. Secondly, our school required us to submit a resume. This was, I believe, in my management class, so we submitted a resume, our teachers looked at it, we got some advice on what to fix, and then during the last semester in our legal class, we used that resume for the mock interview where you and a partner would sit across from each other and pretty much interview you. So I decided to take that resume, I edited it, and I had teachers look at my resume, especially since I already knew where I was applying, the unit, the hospital, so they helped me tailor it more towards that specific hospital. Check out your student resources on campus. Some of my peers went and met with a career specialist, and they looked and pretty much built their resume from scratch to make sure that they're highlighting all the key points, especially for us new grads, because we won't have any working experience as a nurse, and that resume will speak. To enhance the look of my resume, I decided to go to my local supply store and buy resume paper. So, just an FYI, resume paper could be a little expensive. I believe I paid maybe 17 to 20 bucks per box. I decided to just get regular resume paper, and I'll leave links below on my blog. And this one's in the color ivory. There's different colors. Looking back at it, I probably would go do a white. But I still think the ivory also stood out, so I just went ahead and bought the ivory. And this is what it looks like. It's a little thicker than regular paper, and it has a nice texture to it. And then I also bought the matching folder envelopes, and I'll pull one out just so you can see. And this is what it looks like. It's one of these, it says resume enclosed, and you can seal it. And at that point when I was applying, I was still a student, so I found the charge nurse, and I had a copy for her, HR, and the actual director of nursing for that unit. And each of them had one of these packets. In each of those packets, I had 3 things. I had my resume, which was 2 pages, my reference list, which I had 3 professional references, and lastly, I had my cover letter, which explained a little bit about, who I am, why I'm interested, and highlighted key points about my experience and skills that would make their decision a little easier to make. So, let's move on. Okay, so let's just talk about searching for a job. Where should you go? Talk to your nursing office. Find out if there are employers that are emailing them or leaving flyers to help spread the word that there are new grad positions. Search for job fairs, nursing job fairs. Search the hospitals that are nearest you and create profiles on there. And normally you can select a little box that says, I'm interested in similar positions. And whenever there's a new position posted, then you can receive an email. Talk to friends, recent grads that are in the hospital that you are interested in, and ask them, hey, is your unit hiring? How can I go about leaving my resume for your charge nurse, etc. Now that you know where to go, let's talk about preparing for the interview. One of the biggest things that I wish I would have done to prepare for the interview was throughout my entire nursing program, I should have documented little details of my interactions with patients. I, for some reason, have a hard time recalling certain events. When I was preparing for my interview, I looked back at some of my vlogs and my paperwork and my portfolio and was trying to just get scenarios that happen, because a lot of the interview questions, they want to see can you recall scenario and then hear your logic and how you work through things. So these interview questions, I will have a blog post about it. There will be more details on the blog post because I don't want to make this video too long, but I'll just read you some of the example interview questions that I got, as well as my study buddies. So these questions will be helpful for many of you. I landed the job in ICU. I have a friend that landed a job in OR. I have another friend that landed a job in labor and delivery, and my other friend in oncology. So these questions really helped us prep prior to those interviews, so they're not really dependent on the unit you're interested in. Question number 1, tell me a little bit about yourself. Make sure that you have practiced and rehearsed this so you can actually answer the question pretty quickly and you're not just blabbering. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Why did you choose to work in this unit? Do you think you'll make a good blank nurse if you're in labor and delivery? Why would you make a good labor and delivery nurse? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Tell me a little bit about your prior work experience. What got you into nursing? Have you ever had conflicts with coworkers and how was that resolved? Tell me about a time that a customer or someone else was really upset at you and what happened. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you expect from your peers and the unit? So this next question took me a little bit by surprise. What is your biggest weakness coming onto this unit as a new grad? So obviously for me, I was stating the obvious, the lack of my experience. I turned that around by pretty much explaining to them, you know, I worked at the unit before. I really was excited about the opportunity. I was eager to learn. I'm always looking for learning opportunities. I'm a team player. You know, you teach, I learn, you know? So like I really did, at least for me, I did a good job kind of turning that around because it could have been a negative question. So lastly, one of the biggest things you need to do is research the facility, make your notes, and write down questions you want to ask during your interview. And this goes without saying. I hope maybe I should have placed this earlier. Your appearance, your confidence, the way you're walking. Ladies, try not to do the whole stiletto. I ended up buying some really cute leather wedges, which were only maybe 2 inches high. It still gave me the feel and the posture of wearing heels, but I didn't look silly walking down the halls in stilettos. Get yourself a blazer, get yourself a nice blouse top. Make sure you cover that up and look professional. Do not go to interview with scrubs. Professional business attire is great. Gentlemen, if you would like to wear a suit, feel free. Hair was pulled. I didn't wear my hair like this. I actually had it straight with a low ponytail, and I wanted them to focus on my face. So I want to show them you're a professional, and although you're a new nurse with no working experience, that you know how to be professional and you are there to leave a really good first impression. Okay, the last tip that I'm going to give you is a lot of these interviews are no longer one-to-one. These are more panels. So you may be actually invited to do a panel interview where you may have 4 or 5 staff members or unit managers, etc., and then you may have 4 peers that are also interviewing with you. And they would ask you a question and would go down the line to hear all of the answers. So prepare and practice like that. Make sure you follow up with an email or a written note thanking the interviewers for their time. That really looks good. It's another reminder of your name and that you're really, really interested in moving forward. So, all right guys, I hope this video helped you learn what you should be doing to prepare for an interview. In the next video, we'll talk about how to accept your job offer and all the paperwork and preparing for orientation. All right, you guys, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe and share the videos. Bye.